May I see hands of those who want to speak on the item? Councillor Banyani. Any further hand? Councillor Thomas. Councillor Snyman, Councillor, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, Dana, Councillor Leach. Once I've noted hands, I will not be taking any more hands. So if you feel agitated after discussion and think that I will note you, I will not allow any more debates. Once I've closed noting hands, I will allow councillors to take the platform. I think that was the last hand of Councillor Leach. May I now allow you, councillors, to proceed? Councillor Banyani.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The Dolores Matai. Ne kere ke otle ha bana no re ke offende ke ntwe ntlo lidwa ke metapelo wa bona. Honorable Speaker, I'm just standing to support the recommendation as they are, and also indicate to the honorable councillors that we also take note as a committee, as this matter has went through the processes. It went through the Section 79, and we also take note of the benefits that we are supposed to get, and also the benefits of the computers that we have received that none of us were using here. Those computers, we can't even give to the children to play with them. We take note of those computers, and we, as a Section 79, the chairperson is working hard to make sure that we get what is due to us. We have noted with very serious concern the way the IT has given us the computers that are really not into standard. And we don't know how we're going to perform our work with such computers. We will come back to the council also to make a final recommendations in regards to that. But we are supporting this recommendation as they are, as an ANC. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Banyani. Councillor Thomas.
Matsamaisi wa dipuisano ke a leboha. Nnete fela ke hore ho batla ho le boimanyana. Re a di utlwa dintlha tse begwang mona. Empa e batla ile bohloko ha e shebana le setjhaba se leng hore re se etelletse pele ka hare ho council ka mo. Setjhaba sa rona se na le mathata, se hloka ditshebeletso. Empa letsatsi la kajeno lena re iphumana re le boemong bo re lokelang ho etsa kgetho ya dimpa tsa rona e seng ya setjhaba. Nnete ke hore e bohloko taba ena. Hana jwale setjhaba sa rona ha sena metsi. Setjhaba sa rona ha sena metsi. Ditsela tsa rona ha di maemong a matle. Empa tsatsi lena ke rona bana ka nnete re thabile, re thabetse hore tjhelete tsa rona di tlo eketswa, while setjhaba sona se ntse se safara. So re le EFF ka nnete re re ka ha rena boikgethelo ntleng e, empa ka nnete ya swabisa. Ke a leboha.
Thank you. Councillor Snyman. Order, councillors, please. Councillor Snyman.
Thank you, Councillor Matai. I take into consideration that we have an acting city manager and we have acting everythings. So maybe that's the reason why it's note, note, note. I don't think these important things are worth just noting. Council should deliberate on this. And therefore, I would like especially to draw your attention to the fourth or D, that the administration must calculate retrospectively the payments to be effected and submit to the Section 79 committee. That is then taking into account that we approve, which we have not yet done, any of these, or the application of the upper limits, the new determination by the minister. I really have a problem with us just saying, note that the adequate budgetary provisions has been made, note that the MEC is happy with it, note that the minister has proclaimed this. We really need to take into account that, let's face it, this municipality is bankrupt. We cannot go this far and just accept that we are now just looking at everybody's salary, and that includes any additional or added payments to councillors. Thank you, Councillor Matai.
Thank you, Councillor Daniel.
Thank you, Councillor Matai. We all know that Mangaung has more problems than we can count. But one glaring problem is that's staring us in the face at the moment is that of ANC unscrupulousness, which is to say the lack of moral principles and behavior that is not honest or fair. Why do I say this? We sit here with a document informing us of adjustments, more specifically the upper limits. This has not been discussed and considered, yet it is tabled here today. Not for discussion and consideration, no, just for noting. We just have to accept it. The reason that there's an upper limit implies that there's a lower limit. I know this may be a foreign concept for our colleagues in the green, black and yellow. But you don't have to accept and award the upper limit for everything always. You're allowed to take the actual financial situation of the municipality into account and determine salaries accordingly. Mangaung is under financial intervention due to its dire financial state, basically bankrupt. We can't pay our creditors. Such as our BE service providers, who cannot in return pay their subcontractors, some up to the amounts of 50 million rand. We cannot honor court orders. We have no choice but to ask donations for fuel for machinery on dumping sites. But we as a council are just informed and instructed to accept the upper limits of already exorbitant salaries. paid by the taxpayers. On this point, I almost want to echo my argument. Mangaung still continues to charge for services that are not delivered effectively. We are rotten from the top to bottom. In Afrikaans, they say, 'n vis word van sy kop af rot'. Horror stories in the corridors that our own workforce are sabotaging the day-to-day workings of this municipality are rampant. We are bankrupt, struggling and failing. But Councillor Matai, not to worry. This council will again make sure that the highest end of the upper limit is approved today. Without any shame, it will be approved. Guaranteed, due to the ANC's majority and the majority's lack of a conscience for the plight of the people of Mangaung. If we see Mangaung as our own business, and ourselves, all 101 of us here, as senior managers or partners in this business, can any of us in this council that approves this go home tonight, stand in front of the mirror and honestly and proudly tell yourself that you've made the correct business decision today by approving these salaries? I don't think so. The taxpayers of this municipality, the teachers teaching our kids in schools, the nursing staff looking after our health in hospitals, the firemen and women, the police force trying to keep us safe, receive half of these increases and or salaries. Why should different members of municipal councils receive increases on more than adequate salaries? The Freedom Front Plus is against any increases whatsoever. Jy kan nie water uit 'n klip uittap nie. The municipality's priority shouldn't be with salary increases, but rather with service delivery and fixing the impossible financial crisis that the ANC has left Mangaung with. The Freedom Front Plus would recommend that no increases be awarded to councillors, and any party in this council with half a conscience should agree with this proposal. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Leach.
Thank you, Councillor Matai. Although inflation is very high and salaries in general throughout South Africa do not necessarily reflect the substantial increase in cost of living, the DA would like to please request this House to consider the guidelines on cost containment measures as announced by National Treasury, specifically point 1.8, which refers to possible savings in compensation of employee budgets. We would like this House to please review its current financial status, as well as the national government's debt, which amounted to 4.7 trillion rand by the end of 2022. That debt must be paid back, and that is why this cost containment measures has been sent through to several departments of government and state. The question here is, can Council with confidence today say that we can afford this increase? Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Tladi, if you want to reply to questions raised, you can do so that you can close the discussion.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Councillors of the opposition are politicking without substance. They don't want to tell the people of Mangaung or the community of Mangaung. They were going to the office of the acting ACM, the office of the HOD for corporate service almost every day to find out when is this item coming to council. Today, because of they see 4 cameras here, that directs them freely to the community of Mangaung. They are acting. We are not going to allow councillors of opposition to do this to the committee of remuneration because of they know that this is politicking, and they know as well as Honorable Speaker, when we were budgeting for this item of the budget of the city, they were not there to come and vote for the budget.
Can I take a point of order, Councillor Tladi?
It's really becoming a circus. There's rules in this house. If there's a point of order, you need to sit down and listen to it, please. Councillor Clary is misleading this house. She must withdraw what she said, that the opposition parties are going to the HODs every day. That's lies. She must withdraw that. Thank you, Speaker.
Proceed, Councillor Tladi.
Honorable Speaker, there's no substance in that politicking. 4 cameras are in charge. We want to be popular, all of us.
Councillor
Honorable
Tladi,
Speaker, in closing.
there's a point of order. Councillor Dennis, Councillor Snyman.
Thank you, Councillor Matai. The councillor must please withdraw that statement. She must prove that any of us ever went to an HOD saying when is this coming to council. That's number 1. Number 2, we never voted for the budget. So don't say we are political. You are doing that. Thank you.
Proceed, Councillor Tladi.
Councillors are politicking now and not debating. Honorable Speaker, we have budgeted for this item, and as a committee, we are.
Councillor McKay.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'd just like to know, is it only the opposition parties that must withdraw if the statement is made that is not true? Or is it only applicable for what the ANC says just stays? They don't have to withdraw.
Councillor McKay, that's not a point of order.
That
Sit
is a
down,
point of
please.
order, that is a
Sit down.
point of order, Councillor Matai.
Can you sit down, Councillor? Proceed, Councillor Tladi.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm done.
Thank you. I am now going to divide the House so that we can dispense of this matter. Let me draw your... Oh, this is for noting. Thank you.
Point of order.
Let me...
Point of order.
Councillor Pretorius.
Thank you, Councillor Matai. If my memory serves me right, if the upper limits are gazetted, then a council must first approve it before they can make payments to the ANC councillor. So if you just note this and you pay the ANC councillors the upper limits, it's going to be illegal payment. So listen to us, you need to vote on this item. Thank you. Approve or reject, whatever.
Point of order. Councillor Mabena.
We are getting old. We must not mislead the Mangaung community. We are not saying this council is going to approve this to pay ANC councillors, Mangaung councillors, not ANC. If it is only ANC councillors here, let them walk out as they used to do. Thank you.
Councillors, I think let me draw your attention to those recommendations. Indeed, we must approve them. We must vote to approve them. The first recommendation says it is recommended that Council note the adjustment in the determination of upper limits of salaries, allowances, and benefits of municipal councils determined by Ms. Thembisile Phumelele Nkadimeng, Member of Parliament, the Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs. B says, note that the MEC for Kokta granted concurrence for the implementation of the adjusted upper limits of salaries, allowances, and benefits for municipal councils. Now C, know that adequate budgetary provision had been made in budget vote line entry for councillors' salaries and benefits in the 2023-2024 financial year, and approval is granted for implementation in the current 2023-2024 financial year. Now, D says that the administration must calculate retrospectively the payments to be effected and submit to the Section 79 Committee on Remunerations and Benefits before implementation and payment be effected by the 31st October 2023. I'm advised by the city manager that we are supposed to approve all these recommendations. I am now going to ask for hands that adopts the recommendations as they are. Can I see hands of those who adopt the recommendations as they are? Count Ella. Thank you. Those in favor of the recommendations as they are 52. Can I see hands of those who are not in favor of the recommendations as they are? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 18, 19, 20, those who are not in favor of the recommendations are 26. Those who abstain. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Thank you. Those who abstains, it's 15. The recommendations are carried. May we now step off this item and move to the next item. We are now moving on to item 166.2. May I now refer you to the addendum which was submitted. I want to quickly go through that addendum. Councillor Snyman.
The Freedom Front Plus wants a 20-minute caucus, please.
20 minutes caucus, Freedom Front Plus. Is 10 past. Okay, just before you break for caucus, I wouldn't want to waste your time when you come back. I want to introduce the item so that at a time when we come back, at least you are free to debate and dispense of this item. The item is for all the issues which have been canvassed are on the addendum. I wouldn't want to go through that long motivation as it is, but the purpose of the submission under item 1 reads as such: the purpose of the report is to request the Municipal Council to elect the Executive Mayor for Mangaung Council in terms of Section 55 of Local Government Municipal Structures Act number 117 of 1998, herein referred to as the structures. If I may quickly give the discussion, the background and the discussion is that the Mangaung Metro Municipality is a Category A municipality with a mayoral executive combined with ward participatory system as contemplated in Section 7 and 9 of the Municipal Structures Act. The mayoral executive system provides for the executive authority in municipalities to be executed by the executive mayor, in whom the executive leadership of the municipality is vested and who is assisted by a mayoral committee. Councillor Gregory Ntatisi was elected as the acting executive mayor for 2 consecutive periods of 3 months on the 25th April 2023 and the 27th July 2023, respectively, in terms of Council Resolution 62.1, dated 25th April 2023, under item 129.4 and 28/7 2023, pending appeal of 7 councillors expelled by a particular party. The vacancies were declared. 3 PR councillors were replaced, and accordingly by that party, and by election held in 4 wards and in accordance with the Structures Act. In the aforementioned meeting of the 28th July 2023, attempts were made to elect permanent executive mayor. However, council took a resolution that such election must be held in abeyance pending finalization of the appeal case granted to the expelled councillors is heard by the Supreme Court of Appeal. In addition to the pending appeal, another application has been lodged in the High Court, of which the relief sought relate to the appeal case of the expelled councillors. The Municipal Council is not a party to the pending legal proceedings of the expelled councillors, and or neither any other legal proceedings affirmed by the founding papers and pleadings exchanged in the said proceedings by the founding papers and pleadings exchanged in the said pending legal proceedings. Therefore, there is no legal impediment to the council to elect its permanent executive mayor and continue with its business. This unending litigious process, which the municipal council is not a party to, is prohibiting the municipal council to perform its constitutional and legislative mandate by not allowing public office bearers elected through democratic rights exercised by the electorates, and as things stand, the democratic rights of communities are infringed upon and strangled by these litigious processes that are not in the interest of service delivery, neither the constitution nor legislation. The continuous electing of acting executive mayor as the head of the executive arm of the council has far-reaching unwarranted consequences, such as exercising his legislated and delegated powers with authority, such as determining the needs of the community, develop and implement strategies to turn around the municipality and monitor performance of the administration. It is therefore in the interest of the community of the Metro and the council to elect a permanent executive mayor to drive strategies, initiatives aimed at improving service delivery. To that end, as things stand in the municipality, there is no impediment to the municipal council in electing a permanent executive mayor to ensure stable political leadership to lead the municipality in executing its legislative and constitutional obligations. The executive mayor is assigned legislative responsibilities that includes, among others, functions and powers of the executive mayor. 1, an executive mayor is entitled to receive reports from Section 80 committees and other committees supporting the work of the executive arm of council, and to forward these reports together with recommendations to the council when the matter cannot be disposed of by the executive mayor in terms of the executive mayor's delegated powers. 2, the executive mayor must identify the needs of the municipality, B, review and evaluate those needs in order of priority, C, recommend to the municipal council strategies, programs, and services to address priority needs through the integrated development plan and the estimates of revenue and expenditure, taking into account any applicable national and provincial development plans. And D, recommend or determine the best way, including partnership and other approaches, to deliver those strategies, programs, and services to the maximum benefit of the community. Under 3, the executive mayor, in performing the duties of the office, must A, identify and develop criteria in terms of which progress in the implementation of the strategies, programs, and services referred to in subsection 1, subsection 2. B, can be evaluated, including key performance indicators which are specific to the municipality and common to local government in general. C, evaluate progress against the key performance indicators. D, review the performance of the municipality in order to improve Roman figure 1, the economy, efficiency and effectiveness of the municipality. Roman figure 2, the efficiency of credit control and revenue and debt collection services. And Roman figure 3, the implementation of the municipality's bylaws. E, monitor the management of the municipality's administration in accordance with the directions of the municipal council. F, oversee the provision of services to communities in the municipality in a sustainable manner. G, perform such duties and exercise such powers as the council may delegate to the executive mayor in terms of section 59 of the Local Government Municipal Systems Act of 2000, Act number 32. H, annually report on the involvement of communities and community organizations in the affairs of the municipality. And I, ensure that regard is given to the public views and report on the effect of consultation on the decisions of the council. Under 4, legislative provisions, Schedule 3 of the Municipal Structures Act prescribe the below mentioned procedure to be followed when electing municipal office bearers, namely, A, nomination. A person presiding at the meeting must call for the nomination of candidates. B, which deals with formal requirements. A nomination must be made on the form determined by the municipal manager. The form on which a nomination is made must be signed by 2 members of the municipal council, the proposer and the seconder. A person who is nominated must indicate acceptance of the nomination by signing either nomination form or any other form of written confirmation. C, announcement of such names, announcement of names of candidates at a meeting to which this schedule applies. The person presiding must announce the names of the persons who have been nominated as candidates but may not permit debate. D, single candidates. If only one candidate is nominated, the person presiding must declare that candidate duly elected. E, election procedure. If more than one candidate is nominated, Roman figure 1, a vote must be taken at the meeting by secret ballot. Roman figure 2, each councillor present at the meeting may cast 1 vote. Roman figure 3, the person presiding must declare elected the candidate who receives majority of the votes. F, elimination of procedure. If no candidate receives a majority vote, the candidates who receive the lowest number of votes must be eliminated and a further vote be taken on the remaining candidates in accordance with item 6. This procedure must be repeated until a candidate receives most of the votes. On delegations, the delegations to the executive mayor are prescribed in legislation and also in line with the delegation of powers policy of the municipality. Implications 5.1, financial implications. The executive mayor is elected and appointed as a full-time councillor, and his or her salaries and benefits are determined and provided in the determination of upper limits of salaries and benefits for councillors as determined annually by the Minister for COGTA. 5.2, the election of the executive mayor must be through a secret ballot. 5.3, community and service delivery, urgent filling of the vacancy of the executive mayor in accordance with the legislative requirements is crucial to ensure uninterrupted service delivery by the city of the Mangaung. Recommendation, it is therefore recommended that council take note of the report and elect one councillor to serve as the executive mayor on a full-time basis. I have abreast members with the item. May I now take a 20 minutes caucus as proposed by the FF+.
Order to you, Speaker. Order.
Go ahead.
Can I stand up?
Yes, Councillor Moen.
Yeah, no, I'm saying you have just read the document or the presentation that is not yours. The report you have read, it is the report of, can you stop this person who is talking while I'm talking? Because I don't do that when they're speaking.
Proceed, Councillor Mngale. I'll
Yes,
do
but I
that.
was just saying, can you reprimand that person or call Sergeant at Arms to remove that person from here? Because I'm expecting them to behave also.
All right, no, I'll do that.
Because you are,
Order, councillors,
if
please.
you are chairing the proceeding, they should not undermine or have no confidence in you that they can chair on your behalf.
Proceed, Councillor Mngale.
Okay. All I'm saying is that the report you have just read, it is the report of the executive mayor. It's not your report. Let me take you to the relevant page to prove that this is not your report. Let's go to addendum that have just been adopted as part of the agenda. You know, when you look at page 5, the document says supported by MS Maureen Ntiliseng, acting city manager, on the 12th of October 2023. Approved by Mr. Grigory Ntatisi, acting executive mayor, on the 12th of October 2023. Someone is misleading you or they are setting you up for failure. They should have advised you to say, this report must be taken back. It must be submitted by the speaker because this item is an item of the speaker. The people who are around you are not doing justice to you. They are setting you up for failure. This report is not the report of the executive mayor. I'm raising this on record and making you aware. While we are going to caucus, digest it because the reality is you have been misled and you have been set up for failure, and I don't think you deserve that.
Your point of order is noted. May I now take a caucus? It's 4:25. We will be back at 20 to 5. No, let's be back at 4:45. Caucus is granted. I'm now going to take this opportunity to allow Councillor Snyman opportunity to speak if she wants to take us through what she requested for India caucus.
Thank you, Councillor Matai. The Freedom Front Plus discussed the election to take place, and we took into account that there is still an interdict against an elected councillor or mayor and the council whip, and that was due to the election of 14 April. Therefore, this is still sub judice, and we will request you to please take this into consideration and to postpone this election, taking also into account that the current acting mayor and the current acting council whip is still, in accordance with the previous council decision, acting till the 28th of October. Therefore, we still have time to put this onto the agenda of the next meeting.
Can allow is to take a vote on the matter, but I have no liberty really to remove the item. That item was duly accepted. It forms part of the agenda items of this council meeting. Council Whip, what's your take?
Thank you very much, Speaker. I think, Speaker, you've covered it very well. That the agenda was duly adopted with the concerns that were noted from honorable councillors, and as a result of that, I would implore the House and the Speaker to continue with the election of the executive mayor, deputy mayor, and the council whip. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Council Whip. Councillor Pretorius.
Thank you, Councillor Matai. Yeah, it's actually strange that you start by actually agreeing that there's a mistake on these documents, and you say you're going to correct it. These are your items, sir. So you can remove these items because there's new information that came to you that this is an illegal document because you didn't sign it. The executive mayor can't sign for his own election. It's ridiculous. You need to remove these items. And please, Chief Whip, if you talk in this house, you need to stand up. You can't sit and talk. There's a code of conduct for councillors, and the standing rules are numbers. Thank you.
Councillors, I am not going to remove the item. The agenda was adopted by the House. I really do not enjoy the freedom to put in items and remove them willy-nilly. Secondly, I have taken ownership of the technical administrative error which arose. And it is something that we are going to correct. We will distribute accordingly in this House a duly signed page. The item was generated from my office. It will be corrected here. So I'm not going to remove the item from the agenda. That
Point
is
of
my
clarity?
ruling. Clarity, Councillor Leach.
Thank you, Councillor Matai. Just for clarity, can you please explain to me how it can be an administrative fault if a document clearly states subject, election of the executive mayor, and then on page 5, it is signed by the executive mayor. That cannot be an administrative fault unless you've got people in the office of the executive mayor signing on behalf of him. Or the other option is you've got an executive mayor who signs documents he didn't read. So I don't know with which one you want to go because both are quite ridiculous, but the one of an administrative fault is definitely not on the table here today.
Councillor Davis, you are the last.
Thank you, Councillor Matai. I just also want to point out, we accepted the agenda as is. Then when we got to the reports from the executive mayor withdrew his item. So I don't understand why the executive mayor can then remove his item, but you state because the agenda was adopted, you cannot remove your items, because that's then double standards. And then I just once again also just want to say, this report in front of us that was compiled by Acting HOD Mpangani is misleading council by letting council believe the court cases, the appeal application and the review application has got no bearing on council, because those two cases is with regards to decisions that council took. So it's got all bearings on council. So as council, we are being misleaded into believing things that's not true.
Councillor Mungali, I noted you just after I had made a ruling that Councillor Davis is the last, but nonetheless, go ahead, you are the last.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Matai. I think the biggest challenge is that you are new in this council, not out of disrespect. You are new. In the past, we used to have the speaker there where you are sitting. We also used to have the mayor where Councillor Tatis is sitting. And we have had numerous times from City Hall up until here where items were withdrawn whenever there is something that is untoward that have been picked up by the person who was authorized to submit an item. And in this particular case, I'm talking to your conscience. I'm saying, can you call them to order before I continue speaking?
Proceed, Councillor. Councillor, may you behave, please. Proceed, Councillor Mungali.
Yeah, talking to your conscience is not a criminal offense. It is an act of humanity to say, I'm trying to persuade you deeper. I'm dealing with your humanity. I'm saying, as a speaker, you have a legacy to protect. Now, part of protecting that legacy is to be seen to be non-partisan, to be a person who is always rising to the occasion when the moment wants, even if it means disappointing the people who expected to defend. But in this particular case, the ball is in your court. All I'm saying to you is that this one will lead to serious ramification, and it's going to be even an embarrassment in the court of law, because municipality by its very nature, it's a creature of statute. It's a creature of statute. It means there is nothing that we can do in the municipality that is not supported by a law. Now, in this particular case, your duty as the speaker will be in question. Now, I'm saying to redeem yourself, all what you can do is to withdraw the items like it used to happen with the speaker who was there before, Speaker Naidu. It also happened with Councillor Sionzana, where they withdraw the items. It is not a criminal offense, and it's not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of saying, I'm going back, I'm going to prepare the documents, but when they come back, they'll be in the proper conditions. And I've said it to you that the people who are sitting next to you, they have misled you. I'm honest with you, they have failed you, because they should have picked it up. That is why they are there. It's not comfort. It is for them to advise you and make you, okay.
Speaker, this is your house. And as we can guide you in terms of withdrawing any items, the decision abides with you. I hope councillors can understand that one before they want to make emotional appeals. You are not a delinquent. That is exactly why the ANC chose you for that position, because of your capabilities. Thank you. You've already made your ruling. I do not understand why we must sit here and listen to emotional appeals from councillors. Thank you.
Sustain. Yeah. Councillor. Okay.
As a cancellation Zanai.
Yeah, we are in a council.
As a cancellation Zanai.
The law.
Sit down.
The law remains the law. You must
Sit
stand
down.
up. You can't address us sitting down.
Sit down.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Speaker. I think, Speaker, I will agree with. I will agree with what Councillor Logan has indicated. What Councillor Mungale is saying, Speaker, he just wants you to be an unreliable person to yourself. You have just admitted and acknowledged that indeed the report is from your office, and acknowledged that indeed the report is from your office. And the technical error that has happened, you've also acknowledged it.
Honorable Speaker,
for him to make a plea to you,
Speaker,
for you to remove the
Speaker,
item from
on
the
a point of
agenda.
order, Speaker.
Can I take that point of order?
Honorable Speaker, please, can the council whip stand up when he addressed the house?
The council whip is...
Ke molao, Speaker. Unfortunately,
Sorry, Councillor.
Law is law.
Councillor Malibu, the council whip is on crashes.
Can the councillor there please wake up? She's sleeping in the middle of council.
the whole acting speaker of Mangaung.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Speaker. You know, sometimes some people, they just want to talk for the sake of talking. And I just want to say, Speaker, to you, for the sake of time and everything, you have made a ruling on this particular matter. Can you continue with the meeting? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, Ndate Mathai.
Can I conclude the debate on this matter?
On Ndate Mathai, can we respect each other in this house? Councillor Manfani does not know my father. She does not know my father. She can't come here and say, I lost my father. What is that? What is that?
Did you say that,
What is
Councillor?
that? Huh? She will not say she did. She has said that.
Okay.
She does not know my father. She must not do that.
We will refer to the recordings of the meeting when we'll get back to the house. Councillors, can I say this? Can I make a correction, Councillor Mongala? I'm not new to these chambers. In my previous life, as early as 2000, I was a councillor here, so I'm not new to these chambers. I just thought you are being unfair to me that I'm new to these chambers. I'm not new. Secondly, councillors, I'm not going to allow the debate on the merits and the demerits of the item. Whether the item is before the course is neither here nor there. Thirdly, I have admitted that under record, I'm placing it under record that I accept and take ownership of the administrative error with regard to the signing of the document. That document was sanctioned, the item was sanctioned by my office. We will duly distribute a signed off copy to that effect, but we are placing it under record for the purposes of the discussion on this item, that it will be corrected before we leave. Thirdly, I am concluding the debates on this item. We will proceed with the item. There are just a few administrative issues that the acting city manager should highlight to the meeting, because insofar as the item is concerned, a secret voting should take place. She will explain to the House if those administrative procedures have been taken care of, so that we can allow for a smooth voting process. Acting City Manager.
Thank you and good afternoon, honorable councillors and the House at large. Our Speaker, in terms of all the paperwork that is required, meaning the ballot papers, those are ready for us then for the council to then participate in the election process.
Thank you for that. I am now going to call for nominations. As you would know, the procedure outlined in the submission here is that the House must be afforded the opportunity to nominate. There must be a seconder, there must be an acceptance. And once the House has satisfied itself that all these matters have been sufficiently dealt with, we will then afford the House the opportunity to administer their secret votes in an area designated for that purpose. Councillor Mngale, Councillor Ripale.
Yeah, no, I hear you, Councillor Mathai. All I'm asking is that can you grant us 10 minutes caucus so that we can consolidate our position? Because
okay,
I want, they can crucify me. I don't have a problem. All I'm saying is that I'm addressing you. I'm not addressing them. All I'm saying is that I'm expecting protection from you. I'm asking for a 10 minutes caucus so that we can consolidate our position because we didn't come here for elections. Now, I don't know whether is that a crime. If it is a crime, I apologize to South Africa, not to the councillors on my left-hand side, to South Africa.
Thank you. Noted for that. Just before I take a break for that caucus, I have noted Councillor Dipal.
No, also the EFF was requesting 1 hour break so that we can.
No, councillors, an hour will not be granted. Can I allow the caucus for...
Before Speaker.
Okay.
I just want Councillor Mongale not to mislead the public. The agenda was clear that there's going to be election of everybody. So if he says he was not here for the election, then it means he came to the wrong meeting.
All right, councillors, it's 20 past 6, 20 past 5. It's 20 past 5. May we please be back by 25 to 6. I'm just being liberal with time because I know that whenever you are granted caucus, all of you councillors, you take more than that. Please let's be back by 25 to.
I'm saying they want to chair with you because they have no confidence in you.
Caucus granted 25 to 6, we are back. maybe we can take a quick 15 minutes finger lunch downstairs. Yes, please. And let us be back by 6. Everything is prepared. Quickly go down and grab something to